Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and today we're checking out this week's event, the final event before Anniversary. Very exciting, so we'll have a little look at the event spoilers for Anniversary as well. Things are looking pretty standard so far though. This week is pretty good for two reasons. If you're a free-to-play player, there's actually not a lot to do, so that's great for you guys because it means you can save your resources. So we'll talk about some gem skips you can make this week. And if you're a spender, it's going to be very, very tempting. So a little bit of advice for you guys as well. Now, before we do all that, let me remind you about Patreon. It's a way you can support this channel financially and in return get yourself some perks on Discord, such as access to account reviews. Next account reviews will be on Tuesday, so join us on Tuesday's stream for that. And a shout out goes to this week's latest patrons. So we have John Motta, we have Reese Brent, we have Todd, and Dorba the Dwarf. Love that name. So guys, come join us on a Tuesday and sign up for account reviews. And yeah, hopefully you can find more information in our Discord. And if you want to get more information about Patreon, hit that link up there in the corner of the screen. Anyway, let's go check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, as always, every day for logging in this week, because it is a Sky Labyrinth event, we're going to get 15 pickaxes, which will help you do Sky Labyrinth, and a Super Wishing Coin, which you can use to help complete the monthly event, which requires you to do 15 Super Wishing Coin spins. Make sure you log in daily to get all those pickaxes, because they'll be needed for the event. So, what exactly have we got? We'll start off with the value packages, and you should see immediately that the packages have been massively improved. Normally, they gave 10,000 gems, now they give 15,000. This is probably DH Games slowly realizing that their packs just aren't worth it anymore, because the rewards you get from pickaxes and wishing coins just don't translate over to progress, because most people are interested in starry gems, cores, stellar shards, and anything that helps you build stronger and better transcendence heroes or lets you awaken them or improve your treasure train. Because the rewards from Sky Labyrinth don't really translate into that kind of stuff and there's no sublimation involved, all you really can get is maybe you're an early player and you just want an artifact chest. But if you look at Sky Labyrinth's rewards, the artifact chest that you get from this is quite deep within it. It was good value back when this event was originally designed over 2 years ago, but now because artifact chests are so much more readily available, pumping up to wave 15 is actually pretty tricky, and it doesn't even include Gilded Purple Fans. So in my opinion, I think Sky Labyrinth really does need a huge overhaul. It's not the packs that are the problem, it's the rewards. So a bit of a shame that they have improved the pack, but not improved the event. So yes, great, we do get more stuff, but does it actually get you anything useful? Not really, apart from the gems. And of course, there's better ways to get gems. Anyway, let's look at the event itself. We have Mysterious Chest coming through where you can spend gems to get stuff. This is mostly bait these days, as we've seen multiple times over now. Using gems to get sublimation and Celestial Island resources is the way to go. None of this is available here. It's funny because like 3 years ago, this pack that gave Glory Epic Hero Chests, Guild Coins, and Glorious Relics was the go-to pack. You might see older videos that say, hey, get the 8,000 gem pack if you can, but unless you're like a really, really early player trying to eke out a hero copy, I wouldn't even do this. And even then, I think early players should save their gems to get sublimation and artifacts, because that is way more important for your progress. I think the best things here, as always, are going to be the promotion stones and the heroic summon scrolls. That is a must grab. I will always buy that. Everything else here, though, is kind of up to you. Some people really like the magic dust and the orange artifact fragments, especially if you're a later player who is struggling with soulstone 6s because they require a lot of dust. But even then, 4,000 gems for 30,000 dust when you're that late into the game doesn't actually translate over to a lot of dust or progress. Skins are good for some people, but I think for 25,000 gems, there's better ways to spend your gems. Especially with Anniversary coming up, we're going to need as much as maybe 100,000 gems, so I would just save for that. Wishing Coin is interesting. Obviously, it's giving you the usual stuff. We got Prophet Orbs, we got Super Wishing Coins, and Garuda is the top reward. But it's the usual stuff. There's nothing special about it. There's no interesting thing. There's no event tied to it that's giving us maybe a sublimation chest or an artifact. So in my opinion, save your wishing coins either way. I think definitely for most people, if you are an early player tempted to do this to try and get a final Garuda copy, don't. It's bait. You are much better just saving your wishing coins and waiting for a better event that's going to give you rewards for doing so. Normally, you can use about 1,200 wishing coins to get some crazy good rewards, and that's much better for you players because you will see a ton more progress translated from that through artifacts and sublimation chests. And finally, this is the huge thing here. Obviously, everything else we've looked at has kind of been a bit mid. It's just standard Sky Labyrinth. And obviously, if you're a free-to-play player, it just means you can save gems, you can save everything. We'll talk more about that in a sec. But if you're a spender, there's this, the Moonlight Gift. This is incredibly good. It's giving you, for as much as $100, you're getting $100 worth of Prism Story Gems in return anyway, 10,000 gems and 20 treasure coupons. That is fantastic. Double rewards from the Sky Labyrinth, and you're getting a glorious flag. This is crazy. The fact you get a 5-star chest here, 100 glorious relics, and the armor is just extra stuff thrown on top. But in my opinion, this is one of the best Moonlight gifts we've ever seen, simply for the fact it's giving a ton of Prism Starry Gems. There's no artifacts here, which really shows that DH Games have realized artifacts are not really stuff that high-end players are chasing so much anymore, and even if you're an early whale, there's much easier ways to get artifacts. So the fact that they've thought, okay, Starry Gems and treasure coupons are what people really like, then yeah, they definitely have started to realize what whales want. I was talking to the development team actually this week about that same thing, saying, look, if you want to incentivize top-end players, you've got to be giving us, and then I just said, Stellar Shards, Starry Gems, treasure coupons, right? Top rewards like that, and Celestial Island resources. So clearly they've listened and gone, yeah, we should definitely do that stuff. Or maybe they already knew this and my message was ignored, but it was definitely not ignored. They read it and replied, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, cool to see that they're adding this stuff, and the nice thing is, if you want to spend more money, you can, and you will get just as many Prism Storage Gems and just as many treasure coupons. So the crazy thing with this is you can spend $100 to pick up a load of these treasure crystal cards. This is something that came out, definitely something I'm going to be doing, and definitely something I think you guys at home should invest in. Because if you're a monthly spender, right, if that's what you do, if all you do is invest in these cards and you don't spend any money in the event, you can actually stockpile these cards in advance. So what you can do is just buy all your cards until Christmas, and that's going to spend maybe like $100 for 5 months, right? You can do that now. That'll take you to November, and that's great. 5 months in the tank that you were going to spend anyway, and you get a ton of extra rewards thrown on top of that, including Starry Gems, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then if you want to buy 10 months worth of stuff, let's say you definitely know you're going to be in it for a year, then you can do that as well and get to the next level and get treasure coupons. So that's really cool. Maybe you want to buy your other monthly cards in this as well. Maybe you're looking for updating your privilege cards. You can do that too. It's $20 to get both of them. So there's definitely great ways that you guys can improve your spending this week and actually get all the stuff you want and get rewarded in return. So that would be my advice for you guys if you're looking for a way to cleverly invest in this stuff, whilst also being a budget player. If you're a heavy spender, you could go with Starry Gems or treasure coupon stuff in general and just stockpile all up on that. And you can use the trick I mentioned during the Imps Adventure event where you can actually exchange Starry Gems for cheap copies in the auction house and destroy them to actually get profit in return. So that's pretty good. That's especially good if you use your Starry Gems to buy stuff from the Starry Gem Mall, which is another place you can go buy some really good stuff, including treasure coupons. So if you can find a way to translate that into a bunch of treasure coupons because you're a treasure train fanatic, then yeah, you can definitely convert that into rewards. Another good thing to grab from here as well is Celestial Island resources, which is another great thing that you guys can invest in. So a ton of good stuff for you guys to pick up this week if you are a spender. And the nice fact that it has 3 clear price points, $100, $200, and $300, separates it for different people of different payment classes depending on how much you like to invest in the game each week. The elephant in the room, though, is next week's event. We do have the 7th anniversary coming up, and therefore you might just want to wait until the leaks come out on next Thursday, just so that you don't end up spending money this week and then feel annoyed that you're going to miss out on next week's event, because there will be spending stuff involved with anniversary as well. Now, they won't leak the prices, but they definitely will tell us what's going to be available to us. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll learn some information about that so that when we do go ahead and spend at the end of this week, we have information about anniversary that tells us whether it's worth going for this week or next week. Now, you should do that by going and following DH Games on Facebook or Twitter, wherever they release their leaks. I think they also do it on Instagram as well, if you guys follow Idle Heroes there too. So go ahead and follow the Idle Heroes page, stay engaged, and you will see whether it's worth it for you or not. It depends entirely on how much money you make and how much you like spending on this game. It's all personal preference. Anyway, next week's event is Anniversary, so this is the event we've all been hyping up for. A lot of people have been feeling very, very, very heavy with anticipation. It's made the past few weeks pretty boring. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is one of the heavily anticipated Anniversary events of all time because we have so many good potential rewards that have come out in the last years. Awakened Heroes, we've got Sublimation potentially available for free-to-play players, Cores of Origin, we've got treasure coupon stuff. They've added so many new things to the game in the last 18 months. To see that translated into rewards for Anniversary, especially for free-to-play players, would be huge. We have a hero exchange event giving every single hero from 2022, if you guys have got the altar stones for them, from Azrael all the way to Eos. This is really cool if you need copies of these guys. And then, of course, we've got a new hero coming out as well, Natalie. More information on her next week, so make sure you guys subscribe. So you guys should really consider saving stuff for Anniversary if you can, whether it's money or gems. So if you're a free-to-play player, how can you better save gems for next week? Well, Sky Labyrinth will give you the option of going ahead and spending gems to get more pickaxes. A lot of people do this out of habit and instinct, but I don't really think you guys should go and push yourselves to a 5-star chest this week. I don't think it's worth it. I think save every single gem you can. Just get however much progress you can for free by logging in. You'll get 105 pickaxes, no problem, for free. That should definitely take you to the limited skin chest, which in my opinion is probably the better thing to grab, and just stop. There you go, get to stage 5, be done with it, and save those gems for Anniversary, because there will be some fantastic rewards next week, all for using gems. So I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to all the different things next week. This week is brilliant for spending. I really like the Moonlight Gift. As I said, going and using these treasure crystal cards as a top-up opportunity is definitely what I'm going to be doing, and I think you guys at home should do that too. And absolutely make sure you hit that subscribe button, because Anniversary is now 1 week away. So be smart, save your stuff, get hype, and hopefully, guys, after one final snooze event, we are ready for the biggest event of the year. I hope it's a good one. I'll see you next time. Have a good week, and happy idling.